I know it's been a long time coming, but it's finally here. So yes, as I said in the intro, my shell pink offset Telecaster is finally here. Finally finished, all put together, and I am totally smitten with it. Assuming you follow me over on Instagram or probably even Facebook, you will have seen pictures of this sort of coming along and the bits, like the bridge and whatnot, all coming through the post. And then just waiting for it to be all in one place so I can nip over to see my good friend James to help me put it all together. And yeah, so here it is. I appreciate that it isn't for everyone. I totally get that. It's a pink guitar. Pink isn't everyone's cup of tea. And to be honest with you, I didn't even think it would be mine. But I had this vision in my head, and with the help of a few people, like trying to help me put it all together and whatnot, this is what came out. So, before we get into tones and all that sort of fun stuff, let me tell you quickly about the specs of it. So I'm going to start with the boring one because this is just a standard, I say boring, it's a standard US tele neck, hence why it says Telecaster on the headstock there. With the rosewood bud. I had this on, if you, I haven't used it for a while, but if you've seen any of my older demos with a like a coppery browny coloured Telecaster, that's where this neck is from. The reason why I haven't used that one for a while is because I just think Telecaster bodies are a little bit too small for me. You know, I'm a big guy, I'm 6'5", maybe with a few extra pounds, and I just see myself with it and I'm thinking, yeah, looks a little bit small on me. So I've gone the exact opposite and gone for a big old Jazzmaster body. Yeah, the body was finished by a guy from Northern Ireland called Scott Cameron. He does a lot of like relic finishes, and he does actually really good work. But alas, this one originally was going to be relics, but the nature of shell pink, sometimes it can be a bit brittle, so he did have a go, which there's a little bit under the scratch plate here. And he sort of messaged me and was like, Dan, if I try and relic it, it's just going to ruin it. So I think we made a good call to say not to do it. One, because it would have ruined it, and two, I think with the rest of the parts that we've put on it, it would have looked a bit silly having the body relicked and nothing else really relicked. So yeah, he gets his bodies from, I believe it's Guitar Build, so it's like a Fender spec offset telly, and then yeah, so he's done a decent job of the shell pink. There are a few chips of it, but hey, it was going to be relicked anyway, so I'm not too fussed by that. Then obviously you've got my Bigsby Bridge on here as well. I was toying with the idea of not having a trem arm on there at all, but why not? You know, I'm so used to having a Strat and just using it maybe too much sometimes, that it made sense to have a Bigsby on there. Why not a standard offset one? I've had a few in the past and I've just not gelled with them as much as I have with the Bigsby. The Mastery ones are brilliant, the standard Fender ones are not. That's my main reasoning behind it. So yeah, we've got the Bigsby on there. Speaking of Mastery, we've got this brilliant, you know what, I can't say enough good things about the Mastery stuff, they are so well made. But yeah, this is just one of their Telecaster bridges. but it's got the back sort of cut out so the strings can go through, as opposed to like a standard Telecaster where it will just stop at the bottom. In there I've got this Creamery Alt 88 Telecaster bridge. It's based in the UK. I've got a feeling it's Manchester, but I could be wrong there. So that's that. In the neck pickup here, this is one that I was really excited about. I've heard this a few times in a couple of James's guitars. James at Home with Tone, who helped me put this together. I know Oriel Posen, he's got one in one of his Collings guitars, and I mean, to say it sounds good is a bit of an understatement, because he just makes everything sound good. Yeah, so I was really excited about this. I was toying with the idea of going with like a Jazzmaster type pickup in there as well, but I think it would have just looked silly, and I just wanted something a bit different in there. So I think the Stagger Swagger, the McNally Stagger Swagger, if I've not said that already, is basically a P90 pickup. So you'll hear later, you can get that sort of stratty type of tone, but it's a little bit fatter. Makes sense with it being a P90, I suppose. So yeah, we've got that, and then I'll move that out of the way. Not that you can see the underneath, but James at Home with Tone, again, has massively helped me out with this whole build, and I'll show you a bit of that in a minute. But he put me together one of his brilliant wiring harnesses. He does loads of them on his website, so go and check them out. They are, I think, on my, if you've seen my, let me show you, this guitar here, again with the McNally pickups in, he did the wiring harness on that for me as well. So yeah, do give him a shout if you do need anything like that, because he is brilliant. The thing for me that really finishes this guitar off is this pickguard, scratch plate, whatever you want to call it. I came across these. This is by Deco Boom or Deco Boom. He's got so many cool designs that it was really tough to decide. Yeah, when I saw this one, which is called Pineapple Paradise, if you do like it and are interested, with the ivory backing as well, I was just like, this is gonna look so sick on this Shelping guitar, and I was not disappointed one little bit. It really finishes the guitar off in my eyes, and is something special. Yeah, like I say, James at Home with Tone helped me out massively with this. One, keeping me sane in the build up to it when I thought it was never going to happen, and two, helping me wire it up. And well, I say helping me, he basically took the reins and put it all together for me. I cannot thank him enough. So with that in mind, here's a quick look at his shop with some video footage that I shot while I was over there while he was busy working away on this. Yeah, so do go and check him out. This is what he has in store. So yeah, there you have it. So James, he's got some form of dealership with Mule Resophonic guitars, which are popping up all over the place at the minute, and all of them look stunning. He's got one of the Prisma Sunset series in, one of the Titan guitars in, various pedals. So he's got the Yellow Cake pedals, the Jackson Audio ones. I know he's got the Bloom coming in, which is very exciting. The ground control ones, which I demoed recently. I demoed the Locust, and I've got the mid boost one to demo soon as well. He basically stocks brands that he trusts and brands that he believes in as well. So anything that you find on his website, which again I'll put a link down below, is stuff that James has handpicked himself and stuff that he believes in. One more thing that I should say, he does the Gabriel Tenorio strings, which I've got on here. So I've got the, I had a Jazzmaster earlier this year, late last year. I didn't get on with it, so I moved it on. But I tried out the Artist Series strings on that, and they're the ones that Mike Adams, I think, had something to do with. Go and check him out on Instagram if you like offset guitars, because he is king of offset guitars. And if we can have a look close on that, it just makes it look a little bit cooler as well. Which, you know, as much as we like sound and stuff, it's all about looking good, isn't it? Isn't it? Meh. I mean, I'm going to be playing a pink guitar on stage at some point. I'm going to look ridiculous. Whatever. Anyway, here are some quick tones, and then I'll do a little bit of a playthrough with various things and sort of make a little song out of it. So, like I said, in the neck position, clean. We've got the McNally Stagger Swagger. Oh, I should say, I'm running through my Victory V40. That's set to clean, and then in front of that I've got I'm just trying out to see if it is any good, the Fender 63 Fender Reverb Boss pedal, and I do actually quite like it. So I'm using that for the reverb, and when I put a little bit of dirt onto it, it will be the Benson preamp pedal, which I have completely fallen in love with. It is one of, if you know Benson amps, you know how amazing they sound. This pedal is no different. It's based on one of his amps, and it's very amp-like in its sound. Also using Evidence Audio cables. Never ever let me down those. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, for clean tones, we've got the McNally Stagger Swagger in the neck pick position. So yeah, here we go with that. This is it clean just through the amp with a bit of reverb. And then we'll go to the middle position, where it's obviously the McNally Stagger Swagger and the Creamery Alt 88. And then just the bridge pickup on its own, which again, the Creamery Alt 88, which is basically a higher output tele pickup. I may change it to a normal tele bridge pickup, but for now, I do like this. It's got a bit more bite to it, which is cool. And then, yeah, so we'll go to the same again, but with a bit of dirt. So like I said, we've got the Benson preamp pedal going through that. Here we go. This is the McNally Stagger Swagger in the neck. And then we've got both of them, so. And then again in the bridge we've got the Creamery Alt 88. So. So yeah, there we go, they're the tones that it pushes out. What I'll do now is I'll record a quick track so you can hear what it's like, all mixed in with other things going on as well. But yeah, here's that. So there we go, thank you for watching. Do go over to Instagram and check me out over there. I am a lot more active on Instagram than I am anywhere else. I am going to try, I know I keep saying it in previous videos, I am going to try and start doing a bit more on YouTube. But yeah, I'll put all the links in the bottom for the gear that I've used. If you want to give me a follow over on Instagram and any of the other guys, so like I said, big shout out to James, go and follow him at Home with Tone. And yeah, and all the guys that are basically part of this guitar now and part of its story. Let me know what you think of it in the comments below. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Maybe there are people that are a bit like, it's nice. Neither here nor there. But either way, let me know. If you have any questions about it as well, drop me a message either on Instagram, I'll probably reply to it quicker on there, or again, in the comments below. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next time. Cheers.